Today on OC News,
a school in Brea was shut down due to a shooting threat.
We get an update on Anaheim's OC vibe.
And the Anaheim community celebrates Veterans Day.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on the scene.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the Broadcast Journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
OC News starts right now.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of OC News. I'm Emily Wilson.
And I'm Viridiana Salgado. OC News is brought to you by the Broadcast Journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
As of this morning, CNN is predicting that the Republican Party will retain control of the House of Representatives. CNN is projecting the Republican Party will win 2 seats in California and Arizona, sealing their majority. The GOP will control the White House and have a majority in Congress for the next 2 years. According to CNN, President-elect Donald Trump's team is promising an aggressive legislative plan once he takes office in January, and because of that majority, there will be little resistance to stop him.
A high school in Brea, Orange County was closed today after school officials were notified of a threat on Tuesday evening. School officials say that the threat circulated on social media with an image of 2 firearms with text saying, "Look out for tomorrow at BOHS." Brea Olinda High School sent a release to parents of students saying that as a precaution, they will cancel all school activities for Wednesday, November 13th. School officials say no other schools in the Brea Olinda Unified School District were mentioned in the potential threat, but will have increased law enforcement presence at all BOUSD campuses due to the threat.
Hwantin Gong, a Glendale native, was accused by law enforcement of executing an Orange County couple and burning their bodies in a Southern California desert. Prosecutors claim that on October 12th, Gong shot the first victim in the head and put the body in a trunk of a Tesla. Gong then took the second victim to the San Bernardino desert and burned their dead body. Then he went back to the first victim's body and burned that body in a Riverside County desert. If convicted, Gong could face the death penalty.
Bringing more awareness to Native American Heritage Month, Jonathan Bindi interviewed a CSUF alumni artist who focuses on social justice.
November is Native American Heritage Month, a time that is recognized by the United States as a time to celebrate indigenous cultures, traditions, languages, and history. President George H.W. Bush recognized November as Native American Heritage Month after Congress passed a joint resolution in 1990. 2024's Heritage Month began with President Biden issuing a formal apology for America's role in busing Native American children to boarding schools, where many children were stripped of their birth names, suffered physical abuse, and died.
I mean, I think it's a step forward into what needs to be done, but I think there needs to be more than just an apology.
Nicole Merton, a former alum of CSUF, uses her art to bring attention to missing and murdered Indigenous men and women. Her art can be seen in the Begovich Gallery, which she is included in the exhibition Vitae, which features many alumni art installations that bring attention to social justice.
So, we had to do a lot of research, and when I looked into my heritage and everything else, I wanted to look at the ongoing issues that we're going within the Indigenous community.
While Merton's art brings attention to serious issues affecting the Indigenous community, there are also unifying events as well, such as Rock Your Mocks Week, which occurs between November 10th and 16th, encouraging all Indigenous people to wear their moccasins with pride.
Know the difference between appreciation and appropriation. Just ask that you do research and just be respectful, but also we have love. We open up our arms with love.
Merton's art is free for all students to view until Vitae's exhibition ends in May of 2025. This is Jonathan Bindi with OC News.
Next up on OC News, Anaheim's latest downtown venue is making progress.
And we learned how Trump's administration could delay California climate change efforts.
question about...
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes.
Make a plan today.
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professor showed me I could. People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself. Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
Welcome back to OC News. Now we head over to Daniel Arcio Rodriguez for the weather.
Thank you, Emily. I do, in fact, have the weather. It definitely does not look like it's fall. Looking at our lovely day, it's currently 77 degrees with a big old swing of 30 degrees down to 48 for the low today. We currently have 5 mile per hour winds and a dry 17% humidity. Our sun rose today at 6:22 a.m. and just set a handful of minutes ago at 4:48. Looking ahead to our upcoming week, tomorrow will bring similar warm weather with so feel free to wear the same jacket if you're lazy and plan to skip laundry tonight. Friday will be a different story with colder temperatures and cloudy skies, and if you're like me and used to the SoCal sun, you might want to layer up as Friday's lows dip to 44 degrees and the high reaches only 65 degrees. For the weekend, expect clear skies and cool sunshine with highs around 67 degrees and steady lows at 44 degrees. And will stay that way going into the next week, Monday. After this week's forecast, California may need more than clear skies to breathe easy. The American Petroleum Institute is calling on the incoming Trump administration to roll back climate policies crucial to our fight against pollution. The American Petroleum Institute is pushing the incoming Trump administration to roll back climate policies crucial to California's fight against smog and greenhouse gases. At the top of their wish list is ending vehicle emission standards that support the state's move to electric vehicles. Environmental advocates warn this rollback could set back California's climate goals and impact public health. That's it for today's weather report. Back to you ladies at the desk.
Thanks, Daniel. Driving along the 57 freeway, it is difficult to miss all the construction going around the Honda Center. Cole Garrison has the story on what is going on there.
OC Vibe incoming to Anaheim. The owners of the Anaheim Ducks, Henry and Susan Samueli, proposed the project back in 2022 in an effort to, quote, redefine the downtown experience for Orange County.
OC Vibe is a 100-plus acre development and all the land surrounding the Honda Center. And so for many of you who've been out at the Honda Center, you know that we're generally surrounded by a sea of asphalt that does nothing, frankly, for more than 200 days a year. And so the business theory there is, how can you do something to create income, do something for 365 days a year?
The owners of the Anaheim Ducks, Henry and Susan Samueli, proposed this project back in 2022 with an effort, and I quote, to redefine the downtown experience in Orange County. The 100-acre project will include 2 multi-level parking garages that will open around the Honda Center, a market hall where it will have 5 restaurants, a 5,700-person performance, and an urban park.
There will be a 2,000 capacity center, there will be a 2,000 capacity theater, and a 300 capacity club, as well as the Honda Center's new South Plaza, where watch parties, activations, and nightlife will be held.
I'm really excited for OC Vibe because I love live music. I'm really excited to see another venue, especially one that's local and I don't have to go to LA. So that's really exciting.
Right now, Ducks season ticket holders are frustrated with the construction and lack of parking, but the team promises the hassle will be worth it once OC Vibe is vibing. From Anaheim, I'm Cole Garrison for OC News.
Now we're going to kick it over to sports, where Anthony Mendolia has updates on an NBA coach taking a leave of absence, a CSUF women's golfer receiving an award, and men's water polo playing their last home game of the season.
Thank you, Emily. That's right. We have updates with Titans women's golf and men's water polo. But first, we start with some unsettling news in the NBA, with the San Antonio Spurs announcing that head coach Greg Popovich suffered a minor stroke earlier this month and is out indefinitely. Coach Pop suffered the stroke on November 2nd at Frostbake Center, the team's arena in San Antonio. He had just missed the past 6 games with what the team had previously said was an undisclosed medical episode. The Spurs announced their head coach's diagnosis earlier this morning. They also disclosed that Coach Pop has already started a rehabilitation program and that he is expected to make a full recovery. But at this time, a timetable for his return to the sideline is yet to be determined. Popovich is a legend and one of the greatest coaches in NBA history, holding the record for most wins with 1,390 victories. He's also a 5-time NBA champion. Now, we head to the links, where CSUF golfer Davina Zong was named Big West Player of the Month for the 2nd month in a row. This is the 4th time in her career that Zong has won Player of the Month, and like I mentioned earlier, is the 2nd consecutive one after earning the honor for the month of September as well. The junior golfer earned 6 under par to place 2nd individually at the Pat Lesser Harbottle Invitational in Tacoma, Washington to start out the month, which also helped the Titans team as a whole take home the team title at the event. She later placed 13th at the Stanford Collegiate Tournament. Zong and the rest of her Titans teammates are currently on winter break after finishing their fall season, with the spring season beginning January 27th against California Baptist at Oak Quarry Country Club. And finally, we finish off with the pool, where Titans men's water polo held their senior night this past Sunday. The Titans honored their inaugural senior class, which included 14 players, just before their match against 7th-ranked California Baptist. The Lancers, unfortunately, got off to a much quicker start than the Titans and ended up winning the matchup by a score of 15-7. With the regular season all wrapped up, the Titans will get ready for their first round of the Big West tournament. They will go on the road to face UC Davis on November 22nd. And that's all we have today for sports. Emily and Viridiana, I'm sending it back to you.
Thanks, Anthony. Coming up after the break, we wish good luck to Chappell Roan and the other Grammy-nominated artists this year. Good luck, babe.
And there's nothing casual about being in the military. Stay tuned for our feature on how Anaheim celebrated Veterans Day.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professor showed me I could. People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself. Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Now we head over to Alex Abeda, our very own super graphic ultramodern girl, with the latest in the world of entertainment.
Thank you, Emily. I've got some entertainment news for you, hot to go. So let's talk about merchandise and music and movies. Oh my! The upcoming film adaptation of the musical Wicked is highly anticipated by fans, and Mattel has already released a bunch of merchandise to promote the movie. However, fans of the franchise were in for a wicked surprise after purchasing the official doll line. A link printed on the back of the box was intended to direct fans to the movie website, but instead it directed them to an adult entertainment website. Mattel has since apologized, saying, quote, "We deeply regret this unfortunate error and are taking immediate action to remedy this. Parents are advised that the misprinted, incorrect website is not appropriate for children." The nominations for the 67th Annual Grammy Awards are in, and fans are either blue or they're saying amen. This award season puts Beyoncé as the most nominated artist in Grammy history. The widely regarded Big Four categories include Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist. Some standout nominations include Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan, who are nominated in all of the Big Four categories, and artists like Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, and Beyoncé, who are nominated in every other big category with the exception of Best New Artist. The Grammy Awards are set to take place on February 2nd, 2025, so fans will have to wait for far more than a fortnight. And over here at Cal State Fullerton, we didn't want to miss out on all the entertainment excitement. Tomorrow morning at 10, ASI is hosting a watch party for the College Tour, a documentary that explores life at Cal State Fullerton by spending time with several of our students. The watch party will be located in the TSU pavilions, and the first 100 guests will receive a free promo item. After the premiere, students can watch the documentary on Amazon Prime. That's all I have for your entertainment news, so I'll send it back to the feminine nominons at the desk.
Anaheim held a Veterans Day ceremony on Monday to celebrate those willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. Daniel Arceo Rodriguez interviewed veterans to see what Veterans Day means to them.
Every year, cities across the U.S. come together to honor the brave men and women who served in our military. Here in Anaheim, the Veterans Day celebration is a powerful reminder of the sacrifices made by these heroes. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, there are over 16 million veterans in the country, with more than 1.5 million in California alone. Many of these veterans, including some here in Anaheim, continue to give back through volunteer work, mentorship, and advocacy. And here are their thoughts on what Veterans Day means to them.
Today is a day to honor our veterans, express our heartfelt gratitude, and remember enduring values that they embody.
What Veterans Day means to me is just giving back to the country and, kind of showing the honor and the courage of those who came before us and recognizing them and their sacrifices that they made so we can continue to live freely in this beautiful country.
I served just about 8 years, was with a tank unit, did 2 deployments to Iraq, Operation Enduring Freedom. To me, I feel awkward because it's more like I feel like I had the opportunity to work with the most amazing individuals. So I feel privileged. Even to this day, I tell all the other vets I see, thank you for your service. So it really wasn't about me. I just had the opportunity to work with some amazing individuals. It's just amazing that the nation takes a moment to recognize those who served.
This event is just one example of how communities can come together to honor our veterans. As we remember their sacrifices, it's also a reminder of the support they need from us all. Reporting from downtown Anaheim, for OC News, I'm Daniel Rodriguez.
Do you think they're going to play Hot to Go?
Dude, That was a Veterans Day story.
You're right. Shout out troops. That's all we have for the 445 show. Thank you for watching, and the Late Show is right around the corner. From OC News, I'm Emily Wilson.
And I'm Viridiana Salgado. Make sure to follow us on social media at OC News CSUF and Titan TV CSUF.